Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You are listening and probably watching Laid Back Leah on DOPStv. And today we have got a motivational speaker. Well, actually he mentioned a few of his fortes actually. Ada tema segala bagai and everything. But today we're going to be talking more about relationships. So wherever you are, give a quiet little clap to Aiman Azlan.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yes. You can hear it, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you're
yes.
used to that, right? This huge audiences clapping.
Standing ovation, everything.
Wow, mashallah. Okay, so let's give a brief introduction lah dulu. Okay, so you are a motivational speaker.
I am, yes.
Your audience members usually consist of students from 18 to 35
Yep.
years old. And okay, so what are these 5 themes that you were talking about earlier?
Well, as I mentioned to you before the recording, I managed to collect all the data from students, like questions, concerns, comments, and everything, and classify them into 5 themes. So
Okay.
if you have problems from the youth, it's usually comprised of one of these 5 themes.
Okay.
Either identity,
All right.
love, relationship,
Okay.
education, which includes career as well.
All right.
And also community activism. A lot of students are very active in that sense.
Okay.
And finally, self-confidence. One of these 5 things.
So that's not particularly in order lah.
No, not particularly in order, but it's something that enables me to do my job easier
I
when
see,
I can
alright.
classify this.
So tak adalah. I mean, if let's say as a parent, I should not be worried that you, like theme 1 relationship is like more popular than the other themes.
No. I think all these 5 themes, they come in packages. It's not like one or the other. Like
I see.
students have this probably on the same level, different levels. It's
1
very
and 3 or 2 and 4.
It varies according to the student.
I see. Okay. So all right. How much then? Okay. Do you have one-on-one sessions with these students as well?
Recently, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, funny you should mention. I recently started a mentorship session where it's a free half an hour one-to-one with me online.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
convenient for you, convenient for me. We can set a time and date, and then we do a mentorship session. Basically, tell me your problems, and I'm not going to solve it for you, but I can listen, and then I can probably give you pointers, and that's it.
That helps a lot, though, right? The listening bit.
Yeah, I'm a psychology student, and yes, you're right. Listening alone is therapy, basically. So you don't have to be an expert in like solving people's problems,
Right.
but if you can listen and listen well, in a lot of situations, most situations, that's probably enough for them as a step 1 to healing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So that one. Okay. Betul. Okay. So now, when it comes to relationships, though, do you realize? I don't know. It's just me lah. Okay. Orang yang tiada background whatsoever in psychology or psychiatry or anything to do with the mind or emotions, nothing. But for me, in a relationship, listening, the actual listening is so important. But at the same time, that is what happens the least in any relationship, though.
Yeah.
Am I like warm at least in assuming that?
You're not warm, you're like hot, like right there at the button.
Really?
Yes.
There you go. See?
It's something that's spreads out not only in relationship after marriage, like you said, also
romantic,
before marriage.
Yeah.
Even not only romantically, but with parents as well.
Yeah.
The thing about listening is that if you cannot quiet down your ego voice, it's hard to listen to somebody else.
That's right. Without wanting to give an opinion or trying to solve their problem.
Exactly. It
Right.
happens to me too, right? We listen to like my wife telling me something, a problem, and my man brain is telling me I have to solve her problem.
Yeah.
Where in fact she's not asking you to solve it, just listen, that's enough.
Yeah, I'm so hoping my husband's listening right now because okay, I mean like from
Sometimes, not always though.
No,
Sometimes,
true,
yeah.
true.
You
It's
gotta know when.
Yeah, it's very true. But see, I don't know whether I'm like any other, if there are any other women out there like me, but I'm that. I'm the one who listens, but at the same time, my brain is telling me, okay, you got to solve this problem.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who it is, you know. I mean, like that's usually a very manly thing to say, or you know. So yeah, a manly thing to say. But if it's my mom, my dad, my grandmother, my sisters, my parents, I just said my parents, my husband, my kids, it's always that, you know. So how do we quiet down that voice in order to truly and really, really listen?
Oh, excellent question.
No, thank
You
you.
should be a host. Okay.
Funny man, this fellow.
Okay.
Okay.
How to quiet down the voice? First, you have to realize there is one.
Well, huh?
A lot of people, they have the voice. We all have the voice.
Yeah.
But some aware of it, others do not.
Right.
Meaning that they don't know what the voice is saying, and they
They
don't
just
know.
have this uncontrollable need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to test it out, just ask, why do you do that? And they say, I don't know. That's a key. That's a clue that you have the voice, but you don't know what it's saying.
Faham?
Because there's no behavior without reason, without any sebab.
Okay.
Everything has a reason.
Okay,
So
betul.
one popular opinion within like psychology is a huge thing, right?
Yes.
One popular opinion is that your behavior comes from what you think.
Okay.
That's a popular opinion. So
Okay,
what
faham.
what you think becomes your behavior in the end. So that's
Alright.
the
How you react to
easy
things and
equation.
things. Okay.
So if you want to quiet down that voice, first you have to realize what is this voice saying,
Okay.
and then you have to say shut up.
Do the voice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Kind of like debating with yourself,
Oh wow.
not in a crazy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, just
Yeah, because I probably would take it that step further and like loudly,
like for example, if
shut up, Leah. No, you shut up, Leah. No, you shut up, Leah, for about half an hour.
not out loud though. If you say it out loud, I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
you need to chill.
Yeah, probably need some medication of some sort. But yeah, okay. So okay, to quiet down the voice. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe we're jumping the gun here a bit with the inner voices. Let's go back to relationships.
Okay.
In general, how would you, in your experience, categorize a healthy relationship? What would it look like to the rest of us? Yeah, with no training, no nothing, and forever listening to our inner voice, going to solve
Yeah.
it, solve it. If there's nothing to be solved, you know what I mean. So, what is a healthy relationship?
I mean, I'm quite early in the relationships. Yeah, I've only been married for like 5 years.
Okay.
So for me to give like relationship advice to that extent would be a bit premature.
Okay.
But what I can say based on my own experience and with like talking to students, what I can say is that a healthy relationship is where you can accept each other. One of the most powerful thing about marriage, for example, right, is when you open up your deepest flaws to your partner, and then your partner says, "It's all right, I still love you." That's like one of the most powerful thing that you can experience as a man and as a woman.
Yeah.
Because all of us, we hide things. We don't want to show people our inner, not inner demons. I don't like that word. Like
That-
our flaws,
yeah,
our
flaws.
imperfections,
Yeah,
because we
exactly.
think that people might reject us because of it.
Yep.
Whether it be something small or something big, whatever it be, we hide things.
Right.
Like right now, I'm hiding a lot of things from you guys. I
Of
don't
course.
show everything.
Thank God.
Right, my
Alhamdulillah.
personality and everything.
Yeah.
But with my wife, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
With like showing my true colors, and she accepts it. And for me, that's like the one of the basic foundation of a healthy relationship.
Alright.
Because if you're hiding a lot of things about yourself with your partner,
Yeah.
then that's an issue.
Yeah. You're not
With
really-
your
yeah.
life partner.
Yeah, exactly. Who would know you? Yeah, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Should know you.
Yeah, can. So,
I'm not saying there shouldn't be any secrets. I mean,
Of course.
mystery is good in a relationship,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes, yes, talking to a woman. So yes, sometimes, very rarely. So okay, when we say relationships in general, does that work as well? That acceptance issue, would that work as well with parents and children, lah, for example?
Yes. If you want to go technical, it's called unconditional love. They discuss it in parenting, they discuss it in friendship, they discuss it in therapy. It's something that we all want. Unconditional love, meaning my love for you is not like with a condition. Like I only love you if you get straight A's. No. I love you if you get straight A's, if you get straight E's, or if you're a good student, or if you just went to jail because of something else. I still love you because of you. That's unconditional love, and it permeates all relationship, not just romantic, but also parental relationship,
Right.
with our children, with our friends. That's what you all want.
Yeah. Okay, so where do we draw the line between acceptance and the unconditional love and helping? Because obviously everybody is going to fall back on that. You know what? Whatever it is that you do, I'm going to love you, and whatever it is, I'm there for you, and I'm going to love you. Where do we cross the line? Where do we draw the line to I love you, but you've got to fix this? The tough love kind of thing
Yes,
lah. Macam, I
yes.
love you so much, but you cannot. This cannot keep happening. So like, what communication? Does that help? Or
Part of it, yeah, part of it. But it's an interesting dynamic that you just mentioned. Acceptance, the way I make it easier for me to understand is that acceptance doesn't mean agreement. Acceptance and agreement are two different things. For example, let's say somebody walks in and I disagree with the person about something fundamental. Let's say God. Like I'm a Muslim, that
Yeah.
person is a Hindu, for example. So
Alright.
that's a very big disagreement there.
Yeah.
But I accept you as
Right.
my friend, as my neighbor, as my teacher. I accept you. I still love you, but we disagree in this one thing.
Okay.
So same goes with the romantic relationship or the parental relationship. I accept you, I love you, but that doesn't mean that I will agree with you when you do wrong things.
Faham?
So that's a line that you have to draw, because sometimes love can even cross all boundaries.
Exactly.
Until whenever your son do bad things, you be like, I still love the child and
Yeah,
everything.
it's okay, baby. Go ahead and
Yeah.
strangle that cat. It's like that's
It's alright, boys, we boys.
yeah.
Whatever that means.
Oh, I hate that. Like boys will be like, don't be such a girl if they cry. Like, hello, I have a screaming 3-year-old boy and he cries. So what? Okay. So anyways, so yeah. Okay. So but
Coming back.
yeah, exactly. To the relationships. Is there such a thing as unhealthy acceptance or unhealthy agreements when it comes to relationships in general? Is there a point of where you have to say, okay, this is unhealthy. You need to tell yourself that this is unhealthy. It's time to either walk away or do something about it. But of course, when it involves somebody else, the doing something about it is going to be difficult. So
Yeah.
it's either that really, really difficult conversation or, intervention, whatever, or walking away. What is advised when you get to that point?
This is actually more common than you think, where people are in a relationship where they see something that's clearly wrong and they love the person, but saying it, like saying that you're doing something wrong, has the potential of making that person upset.
Right.
Right? And we don't want that. And this is what I always tell myself and other people. Doing the right thing doesn't mean that person will always be pleased with you. And that's a line that you have to sometime cross,
Yeah.
whereby I'm going to do something that will make you upset, but you need to hear this. Why? Because I care about you.
And I completely accept the way you are, but these are the things that need to be tweaked a little, or changed a little for the betterment.
Yeah. And then that's the first part,
Right.
understanding that part. And then the next part is to just focus on what you can control. So many, I know, young people, not so young people, they focus too much on things they cannot control, which makes them stressed out, which makes them have these anxiety attacks,
Right.
and which makes them do things that they should not do. Like, for example, a parent have this anxiety issue about her daughter going overseas to study. So many worrying thoughts, right? About, oh, what if this, what if that,
Yeah,
what if
I can
this, what
already
if
feel
that.
my hair shedding right now.
Right, right.
Okay, because okay.
So I actually met one parent like that, and I said, you have too many what ifs. You have too many what ifs. You have to focus on what you can control. You as a parent, you have taught your daughter as best as you can.
Right.
Right?
Inshallah.
But there comes a time where you have to let go. Because if you hold on, it'll get worse. So what's the alternative for you? Do you want to lock your child up?
Yeah. No, I mean,
even though you feel like
sorry, that was
you
my
feel
subconscious
like
coming out.
you feel like, oh, that's the best solution, right? If I lock her up and then just control all her interactions, it'll be fine. No,
Yeah.
it'll get worse.
Yeah.
It'll get worse.
Yeah. Sorry, I've been heard saying, my daughters will only start dating when they're 30, and that one with my choice kind of thing. But yeah, I suppose I have to start letting go now, lah, huh? I mean, they're 9, but
Just focus on what you can control. That's my point.
Okay.
Whether you are a friend or a parent or a loved one or a husband or a wife, you can only control so much.
Okay.
You cannot control that person. That's the key.
yeah.
You cannot control that person.
Right. Okay. So that brings me to when you mention about you cannot control that person. You see, with relationships, it's almost always overlapping kind of thing. You have an ongoing relationship with your parents and your sisters and your friends or your brothers, and then your loved one, your spouse, right? Your spouse. So okay, when it comes to toxic relationships, contoh, the toxic relationship is between you and a sibling
Yep.
or a family member lah, a very close family member, okay? Sibling ke, parents ke apa ke. But your spouse would like to help you. How should we go about helping that person who needs the help, who's in a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
You see it happening, but your relationship is equally important.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to mess anything up, but at the same time you need to say something and you know what I mean, like lessen the burden kind of thing.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
how do
yeah.
you go about doing that without affecting anything in your relationship and also not severing ties in that toxic relationship?
With regards to toxic relationship, I talked about it in the past, and I usually start by saying, look inside first. Usually, when we talk about toxic relationship, talk about toxic friends, toxic marriages, and so on and so forth, right? But sometimes we don't realize we can be toxic to ourselves. I'll give you one simple example. If you keep saying to yourself, you're worthless, you're worthless, you're worthless, you're worthless, you are toxic to yourself. Forget your friends, forget your spouse, forget your parents for now. Focus on you being healthy with yourself first. If you want a good friend, be a good friend to yourself first. Because at the end of the day, that is the one person that will always be there with you all the time. That is
Yeah.
yourself. So if you are toxic to yourself, that could potentially lead to a toxic relationship outside. Right?
Yeah.
Where you
Terbawa-bawa like that.
terbawa-bawa, exactly, where you tend to pick a spouse which might abuse you, for example, right? Example. So be sure that you with yourself are good friends. It's called like self-compassion, they call it.
Yeah.
Self-compassion. And then with the toxic relationship outside, once you have that inner healthy thing going on,
Right.
outside it'll be simpler for you to handle it, whereby you see a relationship where this person is actually like pijak kepala I,
Okay.
like he's actually harming my rights, whether you're a woman or a man, then you know what to do. In many situations when people are in toxic relationship, they feel like they deserve it. They feel like they're stuck. They feel like, whether it be friendship or romantic, they feel like they're stuck. I don't know what to do. This is like what God gave me. I have to rebel. I have to accept. Yeah, God allowed this to happen, but it doesn't mean that you just accept and just let it be.
Yeah, it could be a
This is a test where you actually have to get out of it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not an easy thing as saying get out.
Yeah, of course.
It's tough.
Yep.
But first and foremost, you have to think about your well-being. Because your well-being will affect others' well-being. Let's say if you're a mother, you're in an abusive relationship, your well-being is affected.
Yep.
How you treat your children will be
Yeah.
affected, and how you are with your parents are affected, and how you are with like the world can be affected. Sometimes
Right.
you maybe even go to such an extreme where you blame God now.
Yeah.
So it could spiral down to that extent. So first, having that self-compassion with yourself.
Right.
Make sure that you are not toxic to
Yep.
yourself first. And then know your rights. I'm not saying be selfish or anything like that, but know your rights. And when your rights being violated, speak up.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
Okay. All right.
At
so-
the same time,
yeah,
respect other people's
lupa
right.
aku. Betul, betul.
I have to mention that.
Yes.
I have to make it balanced.
Respect, sorry?
Respect other people's rights.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So that on that note, what if you are the person looking in?
Meaning-
you are the outsider. So I
Ah.
see somebody I love very much, ongoing relationship, very close, very important relationship, and I see that person just spiraling out of control because of another relationship that is on the toxic end. So how do
I
I help
see.
that person, or do I put on that listening? I just listen and not do anything about it.
Listen is a given.
Okay.
In any situation, listen is key.
Right.
It's probably the first step you should do is listen.
Okay.
Because that alone can ease the burden a bit.
Right.
In terms of taking action, you have to look at the situation. If we're talking about abusive relationship, that you should actually get authorities in.
A physical abuse. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even psychological abuse. Even that.
Yeah.
Sometimes psychological abuse could be worse than physical abuse. Physical abuse, you can see the bruises, the bleeding.
Right.
Psychological abuse, you have no idea
Yeah, and how deep it goes.
how deep it goes
Yep,
exactly. And then before you know it, something happened to that person that we don't want to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
True. Right.
So any type of abuse should not happen in any healthy relationship. That's my point.
Inshallah.
And taking action depends on the situation. If it's serious to that extent, get authorities in.
Right.
But if it's just a love spat, like just an argument, something that happens, give
Kenapa you tak masak sambal belacan?
things like that. Things like that. That's normal in any relationship. So you have to differentiate. Is this abuse, or I might just having that day, that one of those
faham.
days. Know the difference. Know the difference. If it's just a normal like that kind of quarrel, you as the outsider looking in,
Right.
don't be the batu api, we can say. All right. Don't be the person who like you're right, your man is wrong. No, don't be that.
Kelas.
Don't be that. Even though,
You said
even
that
though,
with like the head tilting thing.
even though
You go, girl.
it happened to your best friend,
Yeah.
don't be the batu api that says
True.
that I'm with you, friend. Your man's wrong.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
always think, how can you save the relationship? It's not A versus B.
Right.
When you start to think A versus B,
Yeah.
that relationship,
It's pretty much doomed lah.
not a good sign. Not a
You're
good
not
sign.
helping lah the situation at all
Yeah,
lah. Right.
it's the us versus them mentality.
Okay. All right. So, would you would you say would you advise anyone who yang biasa bagi advice, orang yang suka bagi advice ni?
Yeah.
What would you advise to them? What would you advise them? How to go about it lah, basically.
That's
I mean,
quite
they mean
ironic.
well. They mean well, but
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes they do tend to get the whole batu api feel.
Yeah.
Or the new term is bawang, membawang. Yeah. So
Funnily enough, when I was on my way here in the flight, I was sitting beside this one lady, retired. She just got hypertension.
Oh.
And that news actually broke her heart because like she never had that kind of disease before, so it's kind of a plus retirement lagi kan.
Oh,
And then
lagi
she got
lah dia.
hypertension, so she's in a very fragile place. Now her friends, some of her friends, instead of like giving encouragement, they go like, kau kena hati-hati tau, hypertension nanti kau rebah jatuh sakit jantung mati macam mana. They're making it worse.
Yeah, keep away from stress, keep away from stress, keep
They
away
mean
from
well.
stress.
They mean well.
yeah, they're stressing her out more.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she told me. She's like, the more my friends give me advice,
Exactly.
the more I'm stressed. So the way to handle this situation is to first listen. When I say listen, it's not just listen to the words,
Yeah.
It's also listen to the emotion.
Right.
You have to know what does this person need right now. Not everybody need the same advice, right? If you look at like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for example, right, he personalized his advice according to the person.
Yeah.
Like for example, the famous narration where a couple of companions asked the Prophet, "Give me advice. Give me advice."
Right.
Sometimes the Prophet says this, sometimes the Prophet says that.
Yep.
At one time, the Prophet said to this one companion, "Don't be angry,"
Yeah.
and he repeated that three
Three
times.
times. Yep.
Why? Because that advice is the best one for this guy.
Right.
right? So it's not like copy paste advice where you just copy paste to everybody who has hypertension. No, you look at the situation, listen first.
Yeah.
This person is in a fragile place,
Right.
needs support, need encouragement, need
Yeah.
motivation,
Yeah.
positive talk. He doesn't need like, oh, you're gonna die. He
Yeah.
already think that.
Yeah. It's kind of, you kind of have to.
Yeah, you're kind of like highlighting the thing that I'm fearing right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to give me something else, something that could
Right.
like ease my mind off it, not delusionally,
Yeah.
but something that could calm me down.
Yeah, yeah.
Because ironically, that could cause
The
hypertension to go
Exactly.
worse.
Off the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like what you said, that you need to listen not only to the words but emotionally as well, because our community is very suka berkias. The Asians love to berkias, and half the time you really don't know what the hell they're trying to say. You know, I mean, no, I need a straight answer now. Do lah whatever you want to do. You know what I mean or not?
Yeah.
So what is that? So yeah, so I suppose because we're so used to it, we should actually know already how to read and listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of it, I think, is just our culture is so group centric, meaning that we are so concerned about what the other person will feel if I say this, even though I should say it.
Yeah.
And that could spiral down into, oh, what if they reject me? What if I'm
Yeah.
out of the group now? What if?
Yeah.
So because of that,
Yeah.
to just avoid dealing with that insecurity, let me just say nothing,
Yeah.
which
Up
is
to you lah.
not good.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that always be honest and say whatever that comes to your mind.
Don't be brutal about
This
it
is
lah.
a balance issue.
Yeah.
Right? You have to know when to strike, when to defend, when to do nothing, when to just listen.
Yeah.
It requires a little bit of the social wisdom for you to know, okay, what would be the best possible action in this situation.
Right. Okay. So now, I think we've got a few more minutes. Yeah.
I like this conversation.
I
This
like
is nice. This is nice.
But I
Yeah.
get nervous whenever the producer has looked at me serious and all that. I'm like, am I running out of time? So okay. So all right. Here's another question. You know the fact that you should take your time. You need to know when to listen and when to act and when to. Okay. So that's expecting a lot from one person.
Yeah.
Who, okay. Like contoh lah, my husband, right? My husband. I'll expect my husband to listen to me. I need you to listen, listen to me. Am I expecting too much already to expect that he knows what I'm talking about when I say listen? Sure, I mean or not?
I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
And lagi kalau perempuan, kalau isteri ni dangerous tau. Kataan derhaka tu timbul lah. All kinds of hell gonna break loose. So
Yeah.
so how is like having expectations, is that going to make a relationship toxic? I mean, too much expectations?
Yeah, this is you're getting into that men from Venus. No, men from Mars, women from Venus
I
kind
have
of.
never read that book.
Yeah, you don't have to, but the point is.
Thank you.
The point is, we both speak different languages.
Yeah.
Right, and there's another book called The 5 Love Languages, which is another good book for you to read. So there are like at least 5 love languages, like physical, like listening, giving, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So the point is, it takes 2 to tango. Meaning that it's not just you who is trying hard to make this relationship work.
Right.
The other person has to try hard as well, which
Okay.
is why whenever you have a marital relationship problem, both needs to
Sit down, work
sit
it.
down, work it out.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, you the wife, you go to the counselor, I'll just stay at home. No, you
Yeah.
have to go with your wife
Of course.
to the counselor.
Right.
And both of you need to sit down, even though
Yes.
you're not the problem.
Yes.
Still, somehow, somewhere, you are the problem.
Yeah. Dah kalau ada 2 orang je dalam relationship tu kan.
Exactly.
Okay, faham?
Now, when 2 people who speak different languages, they unite in a marriage. Obviously, you should expect misunderstanding to happen.
Right.
Because all your life, you're used to speaking. Like if I say listen, my pals know what I mean.
Yep.
But this guy have no idea what you mean. Because with his pals, he doesn't have this problem.
Yeah.
So you have to understand where he comes from, where he came from.
Right.
And he has to understand where you came from.
Okay.
And what the book Women from Venus, Men from Mars taught me is that not that we have like a code that we can learn. You cannot.
No.
There's no like textbook here.
Nope.
What you can do is that you need to know your spouse. Not women. I'm not talking about know women. Know your spouse. Know your wife. Your wife is this unique individual with her own language that you need to master.
Right.
Same with your husband. Your husband is this unique individual with his own language you have to master. This is why like the first 5 years of marriage is like the critical point where the first 5 years of marriage usually end in divorce, statistically speaking, right? Now those
I'm
5
living
years,
statistic.
those 5 years of marriage, the first 5 years is where you need to like open up and really know that person, make an effort to understand and know that person. Just because
Right.
you're married to the person doesn't mean that okay,
No.
all this like dating and ta'aruf and all this like knowing each other is gone.
No.
My contention is that after you're married, you need to know the other person more.
Yeah. Actually, that's when you do start your actual learning.
Yeah, the actual knowing happens
Yeah.
after marriage.
Because there's no holds barred anymore.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, Sharia compliance or whatever. I said, no. He's mahram. Yeah, it's anything goes right now.
Yeah, that's when like he will like burp in front of you and do like all these annoying things and be like, oh, I didn't see that when we were dating.
Yeah, exactly. Or the other way around. You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
this is when he will show his true colors.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So understanding each other's true colors will enable you to understand, okay, how can I speak to this person? Like for example, right? I know that if my wife is angry, she will get quiet. And I know not to disturb her during that time.
Ah,
And how do I know?
See?
No, wait. How do I know?
How?
Do I know?
How?
By making mistakes.
Ah.
Meaning, I made the mistake of actually trying to console her
Oh.
during that time, which was a mistake.
Yeah.
And then afterward, I was like, okay. When she's angry, I just need to leave her alone. She's that type of person.
Okay.
Some women would like the man to actually go and pujuk-pujuk.
Oh, tak ada. Oh, sorry.
Some.
Yes.
Some.
Faham.
I know this
but
because I asked like some
it goes
women.
back to that. Like actually, you can't lump all men into one category and all
Yeah.
women in one category. We are after all individuals. Like for me, if you come to pujuk me, remahnya aku, semak.
Nothing flies, right? Nothing
Yeah,
nothing flies.
especially when you, exactly. Nothing that I can pick up lah, basically, because it
good,
will
good.
fly.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but okay, so completely understood. So basically, it all comes back to that listening. The listening that you mentioned, even
Yeah.
when we started. The listening is not just about listening to the words. It's also about being able to listen to the emotions,
The emotion, the
reading
mood,
it.
just read the room.
Yeah.
You have to have this skill. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a master of it.
Yeah.
I fail a lot,
Yes.
but I am aware that I need to improve in that area.
Exactly.
Now, interestingly, you mentioned about derhaka, right? Because you mentioned it,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel obliged to address it.
Okay.
The idea of derhaka actually goes both ways. We don't talk about suami derhaka, do we?
Yeah.
We don't.
We don't exactly. I know of the concept, but I suppose, being Malaysian and all that, the concept gets lost in translation.
I understand
at the
that,
time.
and so many women that I talk to, wives particularly, not a lot lah. I say so many women macam ramai lah pula. No, but typically, when the wives contacted me saying that I have a problem with my husband, they don't want to say anything because they fear that they become istri darhaka.
Right.
Which, by the way, it's a total misconception of the whole idea. Istri darhaka or nushus, we call it.
Yeah.
There's a long discussion I don't want to go
Yeah.
into, but it goes into the idea of cheating.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can check Noman Ali Khan's explanation of this
Yeah.
with all the like Arabic terms and
Terms,
everything.
yeah.
So you get all the complete. What I can say in summary,
Yeah.
it
It
deals
works both
with
ways.
cheating because
Right.
if you look at the Quranic verse, it talks about the man being afraid. If you fear that your wife may become nushus, like when does man become afraid of their wife? When your wife, cik, tunjuk kat sini pula. Like when your wife like terlupa masak malam tu,
Yep.
you feel afraid ke?
Kan.
Not really. You feel mad,
yeah,
angry.
yeah.
When your wife like raise up her voice, talks back at you, you feel afraid ke? You feel angry. The only time that I can think of as a man when I feel possibility of fear is when maybe my wife could be like seeing another guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Faham.
That's scary.
Faham.
Right? So the context of that verse that we always quote is that. So when we apply it to like istri derhaka, we have to be careful. Your wife, when your wife talks back at you, it's not istri derhaka. Of course, she's being rude.
If she's
Right?
being rude lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that she's istri derhaka. Same way, if you talk back to your wife, you're being rude. It's not about. It's not
Yeah.
about. It's not about man or wife. It's about how you
Spouse.
treat the other.
Yeah. The other human being that's in your life.
Yeah, we talk about the
Yeah.
golden rule. Why not apply it here? If you don't want your wife to scream at you, don't scream at your wife. It goes both ways. You think your
You
wife
don't want to be ignored?
you
Don't
think
ignore.
your wife enjoy you screaming at her?
Yeah, yeah.
No, the same way you don't enjoy when your wife screams at you.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that point. So because you mentioned istidrahaka, I thought I should just
Yeah.
insert that point a bit there so that
Thank
anybody's
you. Thank
listening
you for that. Yeah.
who think that I'm being darhaka because I debate with my husband. No, no, no.
Okay.
No.
That was actually thank you. Thank you very much for mentioning that because yeah, I have heard it many times actually from not just ustaz and sheikhs and everything. And whenever they talk about that term, it's a two-way street, and it's don't take it at face value lah. Basically, there's a
Yeah.
lot that goes into it. So inshallah, if you want to know more about that, and if that is what you fear, you might want to read up upon it lah. Like Azman mentioned that Aiman mentioned that you also need to know your rights.
Yeah.
So that's part and parcel of it, and that falls under gaining knowledge lah about what your rights are and how it is to go about to start respecting other people's rights as well. Betul?
Betul.
Okay, cuba.
May I add something?
Oh yes.
Okay. Rights
Yes.
have to be balanced with responsibilities.
Relax.
Sebab there's another extreme here where you just talk about your rights.
Exactly.
I'm your wife, my right is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, listed everything. Same goes. I'm your husband, my
My
right
right-
is 1, 2,
right,
3.
yeah.
No. If you focus on your responsibilities toward your spouse, your rights will be settled automatically. Meaning you treat that person well,
You don't focus on the other person. You focus
treat
on
that
yours.
person well,
Yeah.
the law of reciprocation states that that person will treat you well. And because you love each other, it will happen naturally. You don't have to demand your right. Of course, in certain situations you have to,
Yeah.
right? Like abusive situation,
Yeah,
for example.
faham.
But normally, if you treat each other well, you know your responsibilities, you fulfill your
Yeah.
responsibilities towards your spouse, inshallah, you'll be fine.
Inshallah. Also, I suppose it does start with learning about yourself first lah.
Of course,
Yeah, kan? Yeah. Listening to yourself, learning
We're putting it down here now. Okay.
sorry, sakit belakang. Berat pula mic ni. So, yeah, and then basically that lah. Just the focusing on yourself, taking some time to focus on yourself first and foremost. If you yourself tak larat be with yourself, tak larat think about your own safety, your own happiness, that how do you expect anybody else to?
True.
True?
That's true. You cannot expect like your happiness to be your
Dependent.
spouse punya responsibility.
Yeah.
Your happiness is your own responsibility actually.
Yeah. Thank you, Aiman. That's fun. Okay, so now for Shabba Fun.
Apa tu?
Okay, very quick rapid fire questions.
Oh, okay.
I think this is like our fifth episode. Our fifth episode, and since the first one, fifth, sixth, we should ever we have been doing this for almost every episode.
Cool.
And since the first episode, we wanted to rename the darn game. We have not.
Okay.
So it is our rapid fire session. So you just have to choose one or the other. I'm going to give you some choices, and then you just have to choose one or the other. But
Okay.
very quickly, no time to think.
Okay.
Okay, and I may just like campak in one or two. Okay? Saja. Okay, so here goes.
Okay.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Durian or rambutan?
Rambutan.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Nike or Adidas?
Adidas.
Starbucks or Tarik?
Teh tarik.
Dusi. Sushi or steak?
Steak.
Okay, this is like a given. You better jawab betul-betul. Okay, Tun Mahathir or Donald Trump?
Sorry. The question's funny. Tu Mahathir lah.
Of course. Okay. I think Americans would jawab Tun Mahathir. Sorry, my bad. Okay, Iron Man or Captain America?
Captain America.
Really?
Yeah, he's like honest integrity. I like the character. Yeah. Not the costume though. If you're referring to the costume, no, I'm talking about the character.
Okay. Oh, so motivational speaker tau. Okay, K-pop or Hindustan?
Hindustan.
Yeah, sing me a song. Want to go?
हल गरीब बदल रही है रूप जिंदगी.
Masya Allah. Wow, har garib
Kal Ho Na Ho.
Ha.
My Pakistani fans love that one.
That song is super sad, okay?
I know,
Like,
I know,
serious,
but that's
okay.
the one that stuck in my head though.
Of course. Well done. Okay, so Japan or India?
Ew, Japan.
Japan. Japan. Okay.
I like the culture. No, Indian. There's nothing wrong with India, but I like the culture of.
Have you been to Japan?
Not yet, but I'm going to India actually. So that's weird thing to say, but it's rapid fire. I couldn't think. Should I change my answer?
Oh my god, this is turning out so funny. Okay, so alright lah. Okay.
I love you, India.
Here's one. Alright. 2 hours alone time with wife or a whole day alone time with baby boy?
Wife.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nothing against my baby boy, by the way.
Yeah.
But the way I see it, the way we treat our boy depends on my relationship with her.
Oh.
So if that relationship is strong, we will become better parents. I believe so.
Wow. You ada borak dengan suami I ke belakangan ni? Sebab itu
No, who's
macam,
your husband? Kau dah terborak gitu.
we'll talk about later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got to set up some classes, one-on-one, you and my husband kind of thing. All right, but yeah, okay. So thank you so much for being so
Cool, awesome,
yeah,
amazing,
awesome.
interesting.
I don't want to use awesome. I use awesome a lot on the show. So, but yeah, you are really, really awesome, and you basically very laid back. So ngam with the show. Like,
Yeah.
wow, that's awesome. I really hope that you come back soon. Maybe next time bawa the missus and the anak as well.
Oh, you
So we
wouldn't
can-
have this kind of interview with them around. I mean, those letters is gonna go down.
Yes.
My son will like.
That's why I want, because I'll bring my 3-year-old son and then we see some relationship happening there.
And all these equipments are
But
gone, ma.
tak apa, we'll get it
Ada insurance tak?
baby proof and like cushioned and all that.
I hear all these buttons. My son pantang tengok buttons. He will
Faham.
push everything.
Exactly. Sama lah. Alright, so but yes, thank you so much for being here.
My
Safe
pleasure.
trip back and salams to the family. For those of you who have listened, who have liked, who have watched, please do not forget to share and also leave your comments lah. You know, I mean, like, what else would you like to know? What else would you like me to laid backly talk about? Just let me know, okay? See you on the next episode, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Peace
Thank you,
out.
Aiman.